Peace and blessings, y'all. So I'm still looking for more information on that legislative article I was reading y'all about the increase in prison pay and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure I was super accurate with that. You know what I mean? So I'm doing some digging on that to just see exactly what that new legislative law is talking about. Because that'd be cool. I mean, 233 ain't shit. But in prison, that would amount to something. You know what I mean? Because that would help you get out with even more money, too. You know, but I was doing some digging just to see what the state of Wisconsin legislature has been doing, you know, in the past year and stuff like that, as far as prison goes and stuff like that. And they looks like they made some changes. So this is, has to do with the earned release program, which I completed. You know what I mean? My PO told me that I was either the only person that she's aware of that has done the earned release program that has not fucked up and went back to prison or violated yet. That's what she told me when I went to see her last week. She said, as far as she knows, you know, because I know for sure I'm the only one that was in my group that has not violated or been in trouble yet. I know there were 12 of us. I know everyone else has fucked up and went back. But so there's this bill. It says an act to renumber and amend section 302.05 to amend this earned release program. So basically they created another arm, basically, I guess, for people to be able to get out early. But once again, you have to be a nonviolent offender. These programs, these early release programs here in Wisconsin, you have to have a nonviolent offense, you know, forgery, burglary, auto theft, you know, something like that, a property offense, a forgery, you know, stuff like that. They consider that nonviolent. Because they don't currently have, unless something just came out with that I'm unaware of, they don't have, like, programs that people can do to earn, you know, early release for violent cases. You know what I mean? So if you got a violent crime, you can do programs and stuff like that. It may help you get down a minimum or something like that, shit like that. But there's no programs that are going to help you get released early if you have a violent crime. But they have done some stuff here. Let's see. The people of the state of Wisconsin represented in Senate and Assembly do enact as follows. It says Joint Legislative Council prefatory note. This bill was prepared for the Legislative Council Study Committee on Increasing Offender Employment Opportunities. The bill expands the current law earned release program to also apply to inmates who complete an employment readiness training program. Current law allows eligible inmates to earn early release to an extended supervision or parole if they complete a substance abuse program. Inmates are generally eligible for early release to supervision under the program if they meet the following conditions. The individual is serving time for a crime other than a specified violent crime, like I just told y'all, see? I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff, unfortunately, but I know what I'm talking about. The sentencing court deems the individual eligible, and the individual successfully completes a Department of Corrections substance abuse treatment program, earned release. An inmate boot camp. An inmate who completes the earned release program will have his or her sentence modified by a court to convert remaining confinement time in prison to supervised time in the community. The program allows for early release while maintaining the total length of an individual sentence. Presently, the earned release program is only available to inmates with substance abuse needs who complete substance abuse programs, and not to those who earn educational credentials or complete job training programs. Under the current law, an individual is deemed eligible or ineligible for the earned release program at the time the individual is initially sentenced. The bill expands the earned release program to also apply to eligible inmates who complete an employment readiness training program, ERTP, pursuant to DOC administrative rules. An employment readiness training program is an education, job training, employment, or other equivalent evidence-based program intended to lead to training, employment, and reduced recidivism. An inmate cannot be released for confinement after completing an ERTP until the individual has served at least 2/3 of the confinement in prison portion of his or her bureaucrated sentence. The bill permits eligible inmates serving bureaucrated sentences to petition the sentencing court for ERTP eligibility at any point after sentencing, if the inmate has DLC approval. Under the bill, DLC must prepare biennial reports providing data on the number of individuals deemed eligible for the earned release program, but who have not yet began programming. Program enrollments and completions, recidivism rates for those granted early release to supervision, and cost savings resulting from reduced confinement time. The bill directs DLC to promulgate administrative rules for implementation of the earned release program, but delays the statutory changes to the program for 1 year. So, it says, so this is amended, so now it says the Department and the Department of Health Services may designate a section of a mental health issue. I don't know what that is. So, so they're going to be changing that. So that's good. You know, they're creating more ways for people to be able to get out and stuff early. But like we were saying, like Michelle and I were saying, like they need to have a program. I would like to see more of the program, or just prison in general, be more boot camp based. You know what I mean? So people can learn some structure, some discipline. You know what I'm saying? Change your way of thinking and stuff like that, and just have some kind of structure. Because that really helped me out a lot. I got the discipline I needed and stuff like that, and, you know, helped me change my attitude. Like, I had to carry it out and continue to do the work. You know, they'll give you the tools. You got to know how to use the tools and apply the tools. Like that. But it's all about, you know, the way you think about things and your attitude. That's why I'm thriving out here, is my attitude overall has changed. My way of thinking has changed. Like, I understand and realize that I have to work to make a living. Back in the day, that wasn't so important to me. You know, and that was one of the reasons, you know, I kept going back and forth to prison. So I didn't want to work. I just wanted to smoke weed and just do whatever. So I had to break that way of thinking and stuff and just realize what was truly important and, you know, get my priorities in line and shit like that. You know, had to understand, like, what was important to me, my values. And I had to work on my self-esteem. You know, a lot of us have self-esteem issues, you know, and that can go into your confidence or, you know, or lack of. So, you know, my self-esteem is better because I feel better about myself, you know, overall. Do I still beat myself up about, you know, things I've done and all the time that I can't get back and shit like that, you know? So sometimes I get into those modes, but I realize this is my last full year of parole, you know? So things are looking up for me. Yeah. So at least they're working on some things in there, you know what I mean? But I'm going to do a little more digging on that other bill because I think it's important for people to be, you know, to earn more money in prison. Like with that firefighter stuff that they have going on out there. Like, that's cool that people want to volunteer for and stuff like that. But people got to be getting paid, man. For you're fighting fire. They're literally putting their lives on the line, just like everyone else is. So at least for like that, they should be getting paid, if nothing else, a minimum wage or whatever the starting salary of a firefighter would be. At least give them that salary, like, for the time they're fighting these fires and shit. You know what I mean? All right, y'all, but let me get back to the episode. I am home from work. It's about 6:45 in the morning. Yeah, just going to be meeting up with the fam here in a few hours. I have some breakfast, and then I'm going to come home, take maybe a small little nap. I'll be able to get a nap in before the Packer game. Packer game don't start till 3:30, and we're having lunch at 11, so I'll be able to come home, catch me a couple hours snooze, and then get up and watch these playoff games. And the Bucks play as well, too, today. They play New York. And you know what I'm going to do real quick? I am going to go onto the Podbean app, and I'm going to check the stats and see who's been supporting and who's been listening to us. So just give me a second. Okay, yeah, they're going to be doing a systems update, too, tomorrow. Y'all that are on Podbean or whatever, that podcast and stuff like that, y'all aware of that. So they're doing a systems update. So it says, to enhance our services, a system update is scheduled to begin at 2 a.m. on January 13th with an expected duration of about 6 hours. So January 13th, don't be expecting no episode or nothing like that. I'm just going to be chilling on that day and letting Podbean do whatever they need to do to update their system or whatever. So, but I thought that we would give people shout-outs to see who's listening to us. So, first, we'll just go to the world and see, other than the United States, to see who's been listening to us, what countries and provinces or whatever. So far this month, other than the United States, obviously, we have listeners from the United Kingdom, Mexico, Armenia, Germany, France, and South Africa. So shout y'all out. We appreciate y'all. Go down that rabbit hole and listen to some more episodes. Like y'all said, we got, 350, 300, something like that. We're getting close to 400 episodes. And for the United States, just for this month, we have Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, Washington, D.C., Washington State, Virginia, Massachusetts, Maryland, Cali, shout out Cali, Georgia, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Tennessee, and Texas. Oh, and Florida, my bad, yep. Florida and Maine as well. Shout all of y'all out. We appreciate y'all listening. Oh, we have a Louisiana, too. Louisiana checked in. Appreciate y'all. And people are listening to us on Podbean, Safari, Spotify, Google Chrome, Amazon Music Podcast, Alexa, and Google Podcast. Oh, and iHeartRadio. So those are the sources that individuals are listening to us on. We appreciate it. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. See if I have any bookmarks that I want to share with y'all. Yeah. So let's see. Bookmarks. What do we got here? So for today, I'm going to get some music too. I'm going soon in a minute. Oh, yeah, y'all, yeah. They fired, New England Patriots fired their head coach. I thought that was pretty disrespectful. Because if you heard Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, he came out with a statement. First of all, when he came out there and he gave a statement, first of all, the way he just said, like, oh, I'm going to make this brief. Like, damn, really? So you don't even want to be up here. I'm going to make this brief. And then to get on there and say that Gerard Mayo is a great coach and he's going to be really good and he just wasn't ready and all this stuff for all the pressure and all that stuff. Well, then why'd you hire him? Because I guarantee when you hired, I mean, I wasn't in the room, but I'd be willing to bet dollars to donuts that when you hired that man, I bet some of the conversation, I bet you didn't tell that man, well, we're going to give you a year and see how it turns out. If it doesn't work, we're going to let you go. That's not instilling confidence in a new head coach. So I'd be willing to bet that you didn't tell him anything like that. So he went into the job not thinking he was going to get fired after one damn year. And then you sat there and say in your press conference that it's tough and that, you know, basically you knew he wouldn't be able to win his first year. So why would you hire him? And then you're sitting there saying how great of a coach he is and shit like that. Well, then why'd you hire him if you're going to fire him the next year? It's unrealistic. Your team is garbage. Like, this is a new New England Patriots team. Like, all the old shit is gone. Tom Brady is gone. Julian Edelman's gone. All that stuff is gone and over with. This is a whole new era. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, dude's kind of set up for failure. You know, and then just to get up there and get that bullshit-ass statement. And let's see what's going on with these wildfires. I'm hearing that that these wildfires are spreading even more now. And they do have somebody in custody. They have a 60-year-old white female in custody for one of the fires. I don't know if it was like one of the super main fires, but they did arrest a 60-year-old woman for setting a fire. They got her in jail and everything at this point. Yep, 60-year-old white woman. I'm going to add that in on the episode too. But yeah, but I'm home now. Going to sip on some coffee. I'm looking forward to this Packer game today. I don't want the season to end today. Hopefully, you know, they can get a win and continue their season. Yeah, this is out of North Platte, Nebraska. This white fella, man, raped a 12-year-old girl multiple times. The victim added during these rapes, he would cover their heads with a blanket and watch porn videos. Stinking ass, nasty man. Yep. Says 1 million taxpayers will soon receive up to $1,400 from the IRS. Who are they and why now? Y'all want to hear about that real quick? Let's see what they're talking about, y'all. This is from the Associated Press. They're saying they're about to throw people $1,400, I guess, or whatever. Maybe I'll get one. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, life's going good. You know what I mean? Can't really complain. Yeah. Excited about the little promotion at the job or whatever you want to call it. And, yeah. This article's taking forever to, upload too. We may not be able to get to this one, y'all. We'll see here in a second. But while I'm waiting for that, maybe we'll get some music going. Oh, here we go. So it says 1 million taxpayers will soon receive up to $1,400 from the IRS. Who are they and why now? So it says approximately 1 million taxpayers will automatically receive special payments of up to $1,400 from the IRS in the coming weeks. The money will be directly deposited into eligible people's bank account or sent in the mail by a paper check. The IRS said it is distributing about $2.4 billion to taxpayers who failed to claim a recovery rebate credit on their 2021 tax returns. People who missed one of the COVID stimulus payments or have received less than the full amount were able to claim the credit. But the IRS on Friday said it discovered many eligible taxpayers hadn't done so. Excuse me, it's early. Looking at our internal data, we realized that 1 million taxpayers overlooked claiming this complex credit when they were actually eligible, IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel said in a statement. Here's more about the unexpected cash this group of taxpayers will soon receive. Hope y'all like the jazz music in the back. Is that Miles Davis or Coltrane? That's Coltrane, yes. So what's the likelihood I'll receive a check? So it's saying, sorry, it's probably pretty low. The IRS said most taxpayers eligible for the federal stimulus payments, formerly known as economic impact payments, have already received them. The special payments announced by the IRS are being sent to those taxpayers who filed a 2021 tax return but left the data field for the recovery rebate credit blank or they filled it out as $0 when they were actually eligible for the credit. So y'all check into that. Y'all might be getting a few extra bucks or something, or maybe I will. I don't know. That is from the Associated Press, y'all. So I think it's time for, let's speed this up a little bit here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play, there's a new LOX song that Michelle was just telling me about last night, and I have not heard it yet. So I'm going to go find this song. It's called Apocalypse Now by The Locks. So I'm going to go in and find this. I'm going to turn that off. Let's see if we can find this, y'all, real quick. Bear with me. Yeah, LOX, they're my favorite rap group ever. Their music speaks to me. You know what I mean? So we're going to get this going. I'm going to put this on pause for a second, and we'll be right back. Okay, let's kick this off. Don't mind the ad or whatever if it kicks on, y'all know what I'm saying? So this is The Locks. We're hearing this together. I haven't heard it yet. And it's 4 minutes and 13 seconds, y'all. Let's hear what this LOX is like. This is called Apocalypse Now, y'all. If it ever stop buffering, we'll get it going. Here we go. Don't mind the little ads. I'll just turn it down or I'll just talk over it. You know what I mean? Because they're not paying me nothing. And y'all don't know LOX and them. They're out of Yonkers, New York, too. Let's see. Here we go, y'all. LOX. We're hearing this together for the first time, y'all. Come on now. Don't start cutting out and shit. Just play. Shit, I'm going to light me up a cigarette while I'm listening.
Shoot the jump or you pass it or you take it to the hole. They say the New York boys dribble too much. Will we make it or will we die? That's a riddle to us. If the same rules apply, you can get them, you learn them move. There's nothing they can do.
Oh, man. Shit's sitting here buffering and stuff, man. We're going to have to get this on later, y'all. Man, I hate that when stuff buffers. Don't y'all hate when things buffer?
Everybody do what he says, they all sign. Plus I remind you, careful who you lying to. Before they go fund you, they gon' have to go find you. 3-point play off the lane, look from the line too. Built different, my DNA shows who I'm signed to. Yeah, the forefathers of the craft. You trying to count us out, you must be hard-born mad. You just in the frame, I understand the picture. That's why I'm getting wiser, as well as getting richer. Nah, this ain't a page, it's a chapter. Get yourself persuaded by the merchandising rappers.
Jada.
When you think of LOX, you think of NYC.
Mm-hmm.
What's bigger than this? The home of Jay-Z and Nas. Matter of fact, the home of Biggie and Kiss. Donnie and P. LOX. Way before Q, we was the big three. I was handling the rock when we made your C. I've been up so long, hoping that I fall. But tumble with the block, and I ain't talking about all. It's Jersey on, Mason on the back.
Yeah, LOX is rap royalty.
I ain't never had you, but it was alright all black. See, I used to come around and watch their game. These chicks see me on the side, they're like, what's his name? Now I'm at the guard with my feet by the breath. You know, little Scott Brother, brown liquor on my breath. DMX shirt, truck smelling so flex.
Rest in peace, DMX.
I'm just trying to optimize. Pull up in the Kith M4. Yeah, Sinatra vibe. I did it my way. Go sleep, prophesize. Dark on the streets, walk on the beats. Even when I'm soloed on deep, I ain't coming to sleep, but you could go to sleep. Yeah, I'm headed to the Mecca roll of leaf. You should know I'm ill in the garden, homie, and plant face. You don't know I'm sick with the rhyme. Look at your man face. Hands touch your money like sanitizer. Seen the writing on the wall. I was vandalized. Graffiti and Nefertiti. Got it out the mud when other brothers bleed. When it spread love when other brothers breathe. I can see the game clear. Yeah, it's like Fiji. It's water from Artesia. If life is like the planet of apes, then I'm Caesar. Living life with amnesia. Forget about the money I spent. Rappers that hurt, but not about the homies that was trafficking work. Yeah, I ride in a club, throw it back in the verse. It's the Holy Ghost, and we ain't going back to the church. You don't ever kick it like you sick or something. For me, I ball like I'm a knickerbocker. Go ahead. Can't fuck around.
Styles P and Havoc, y'all. Styles P, the best rapper, y'all.
King killer, go killer, SP the wolf. Nowadays I sell juice, but back then, niggas know I used to be a dope dealer. I ain't even proud of that, but you was talking shit like a kingpin. Kick the door, tell us where the powder at. I don't even want this shit. Fuck it, I confront this shit. Know some niggas in the hood, can't wait to punk this shit. Lucky I'm mature now. I don't want smoke unless I can catch the body, leave town. That's for sure now. Aston is 4-4 now. House by the white folks, leaking in you fell. You ain't know it, that's a night boat. I be in the trenches when niggas is selling nitro. Ghost, how you doing, your homie? I'm alright though. Yeah, mind your business, I'm a mind minds. I had 9-9s back in 99. Leave you on the bench with a stench. I am prime time. I don't fuck around and fuck around with these niggas. I just say fuck them, stay around from these niggas. If they cross the line, fuck a pound at these niggas. This shit is like a war. Cover ground with these niggas. I don't fuck around and fuck around with these niggas. I just say fuck them, stay around from these niggas. If they cross the line, fuck a pound at these niggas. This shit is like a war. Cover ground with these niggas. I've been in the zone all year. I ain't got enough space to try to tattoo tears. Gun pointed at the door. When I ask who's there, know the answer's nobody. If I ask, who cares? So I be in the mix like I'm Kool-Aid. Real cool nigga. Fuck around, get your crew sprayed. Shit, a nigga been outside since my new played. And I got a bowl full of bullets for your toupee. If I ain't carry a gun, I got 2 blades. Old school nigga that's familiar with the new wave. If you wanna play the wave, know the water meet the air too. Wanna play the cave, bring the stick for the bear, dude. I gave you a jewel, I hope that you take it. Don't care if you don't, cause real niggas make it. Notice I ain't say try. If your niggas don't notice, I ain't say why. H-A-B-O, G-Host, nigga. For them niggas with that hammer and that ski coat, nigga. What up? I don't fuck around and fuck around with these niggas. I just say fuck them, stay around from these niggas. If they cross the line, fuck a pound at these niggas. This shit is like a war. Cover ground with these niggas. I don't fuck around and fuck around with these niggas. I just say fuck them, stay around from these niggas.
I would imagine that when Edison first saw the light bulb, he was fantasizing. But he kept
Good morning, y'all. It is Sunday. It is Packer Day, NFL playoffs. Let's go, Pack, go. This is the Cold World Podcast.
I wake up and I pray, then roll another J, close my eyes and I meditate, trying to find a way. Lord, open up my third eye, take the 9 away. By the way, I'm in pain, I just let it hide away. Smoking weed is the medicine without the side effects. Reflect on high school, me and Long playing DOS effects. Real nigga to the day I die. Oh, I'm out of breath, I got fresh and soul powder, so I guess I'm powder fresh. Wanna play the game of death, homie, that's without a ref, without the rules. All I know is niggas making power moves. If you see me with a posse, then I'm making shower moves. Time is money, little nigga, you know what the hour do. And I'm thinking to myself, then I need a method trip. Trying to make another decimal, but make it effortless. Homie can't see the vision, fucking he's a pessimist. But I'm an optimist, living on some tropic shit. Ghosts, nightmares to dreams, poverty to wealth from insanity. They're trying to find harmony for self from vanity. Trying to stay humble on the delf. You don't understand me, you don't understand yourself.
So I got this report that I want to read that I was telling y'all about. So this is from the Wisconsin State Legislature. So this has to do with a assembly bill that individuals are trying to get passed, you know what I'm saying, for better pay here in the state of Wisconsin. So I had this article, and I thought we could go over it together to see the progress. Because I hadn't heard about this. I hadn't heard anything about this. But when we were discussing like prison pay, and we were talking about how they're, you know, using inmate firefighters and stuff like that to fight fires, and how they're getting paid basically peanuts and stuff, when in reality they're risking their lives. Because just because they're incarcerated, they're still that's still firefighter work. They're still risking their lives just like someone that's free, you know, that's a firefighter. They're, you know, the risk is still the same. So why shouldn't the pay be the same? You know what I mean? That's just, you know, just because someone committed a crime in the past, like they should have to earn less. They should have to earn less because they have a record. That means they shouldn't get paid the same amount. Yeah, that's crazy. But so check this out. So this is from the Wisconsin State Legislature, right? And this is for the 2023-2024 legislature. So obviously, like, this happened a while ago. And I'm talking about fair pay. So on December 8th, 2023, December 8th, 2023, there was a bill introduced for individuals that are incarcerated to make more money, like minimum wage and stuff like that. So these are the individuals. So this is a 2023 Assembly Bill, Assembly Bill 816. And that bill was introduced by Representatives Madison, Clancy, Stubbs, Drake. These are their last names. J. Anderson, Balday, Conley, Considine, Emerson, Joares Moore, Omakunde, Palmieri, Shelton, Seneke, Subeck, and Neubauer. Co-sponsored by Senators Taylor and L. Johnson, referred to Committee on Corrections. So they created this, and so it says an act to amend statutes 301.30, 303.01, 303.08, and 303.10 of the statutes relating to minimum wage for all inmates and residents of state correctional institutions and county jails or houses of correction, and making an appropriation. Analysis by the Legislative Reference Bureau. Current law provides that the Department of Corrections sets the rate of pay for inmates working in state correctional institutions, and the Prison Industries Board sets wages for inmates employed by the Bureau of Correctional Enterprises. Under current law, BCE employees may be paid an hourly rate plus an incentive. Wage based on productivity in some instances, but wages may not be set at a rate that would cause a deficit on operations. Y'all heard that? Under current law, BCE employees may be paid an hourly rate plus an incentive wage based on productivity in some instances, but wages may not be set at a rate that would cause a deficit on operations. The bill provides that all inmates and residents that perform labor must be paid a wage, and in addition to the standards under current law, provides that no inmate or resident of a state correctional institution may be paid a wage that is less than the rate for tipped workers, which is currently $2.33 per hour. And I can confirm that that's what it is, because I've worked in the service industry, and that's what the servers get paid, $2.33 an hour. That's their hourly wage. My hourly wage as a busser, I was making $6 an hour, plus whatever my tips were. Yep. As a busser, $6 an hour. So that's below minimum wage. Minimum wage is what here? Was it $7.75 or $7.25 or whatever the hell it is? Yeah. But as a busser, at Carnivore Steakhouse here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I was making $6 an hour plus my tips. I got 2% of whatever each server made on an individual night. That's what I got. Each busser got 2% of each waiter/server sales. 2%. So let's see. The bill provides that any prisoner in a county jail or county work camp must be paid a wage that is not less than the rate for tipped workers, which is currently $2.33 per hour. The bill also provides to DLC $58,933,600 in fiscal year 2023-2024 and $88,400,400 in fiscal year 2024-25 to pay the wages of inmates in state correctional institutions, and $873,300 in fiscal year 2023-2024, and $1,310,000 in fiscal year 2024-2025 to pay the wages of inmates engaged in labor under BCE. For further information, see the state fiscal estimate, which will be printed at an appendix to this bill. So the people of the state of Wisconsin, represented in Senate and Assembly, do enact as follows. So, Section 1, 301.30 of the statutes is amended to read, 301.30 Inmate wages, allowances, and release payments. The department may pay a wage or an allowance and a release payment to inmate at its institutions. The department shall prescribe the amounts of pay and such hours, health and other conditions in connection with employment as are reasonable. But all inmates that perform labor shall be paid a wage, and the wage or allowance paid under this section may not be set at a rate that is less than the hourly rate established. Under 104.035, or its equivalent weekly allowance. Section 2, 303.01 of the statutes is amended to read, wage standards. All inmates and residents that perform labor shall be paid a wage. Shall be paid a wage. The wage that inmates and residents are paid shall be based on the productivity of the work the inmates and residents perform. Wages may be established at an hourly rate plus an incentive wage based on productivity, and piecework formulas may be created. But wages may not be set at a rate that is less than the hourly rate established under Section 104.035. Changes in inmate and resident wage rate. Schedules may not be made without approval of the Prison Industry Board. And Section 303.038 of the statute is amended to read, the sheriff shall endeavor to secure employment or employment training for unemployed prisoners under this section. An employer that employs a prisoner for work under this section shall pay the prisoner at a rate not less than the hourly rate established under Section 104.0.35. If a prisoner is employed for wages or salary or receives unemployment insurance or employment training benefits, while in custody in the jail, the sheriff shall collect the wages or salary or require the prisoner to turn over the wages, salary, or benefits in full when received. The sheriff shall deposit the wages, salary, or benefits in a trust checking account and shall keep a ledger showing the status of the account of each prisoner. Such wages or salary are not subject to garnishment in the hands of either the employment or the sheriff during the prisoner's term, and shall be dispersed only as provided in this section. But for tax purposes, they are income of the prisoner. Yeah, I had my taxes done one year. Yep, when I got locked up and I was waiting in 06 when I was waiting to go to prison, because I had just got my tax returns and all that stuff like that before I got locked up, and I was still able to do them. I had my mother do them and stuff like that, and then I got the check and all that. So yeah, I was able to live off that for a while in there. Yep. Okay, and then it says Section 5, non-statutory provisions. Notwithstanding, the inmate and resident wage rate schedules established under 303.01 shall be increased by $2.33 per hour on this effective date of this subsection. So, Section 6, fiscal changes. Wages of inmates of state correctional institutions. In the schedule, under Section 20.005 for the appropriation of the Department of Corrections, the dollar amount for fiscal year 2023-2024 is increased by $58,933,600 to pay the wages of inmates in the state correctional institutions. In the schedule under Section 20.005 for the appropriation to the Department of Corrections. Under Section 20.0410, the dollar amount for fiscal year 2024 is increased by $88,400,400 to pay the wages of inmates in state correctional institutions. Let's see, the dollar amount, $873,300 to pay the wages of inmates engaged in labor under the Bureau of Correctional Enterprises. The Department of Corrections under the dollar amount for fiscal year. Yep. So they increased says 10 for the fiscal year of 2024-2025 is increased by $1,310,000 to pay the wages of inmates engaged in labor under the Bureau of Correctional Enterprises. Yep. So it looks like this got passed. If I'm understanding this correct and everything, it sounds like people are going to be, getting paid more in there. That's awesome. But I'm going to do some more digging just to see, what the final synopsis and analysis on this is. Because I had never heard about this. But if that is, if they did make that law, and that is, because I know $2.33 don't sound like a lot, but in prison, that's a lot. Because the most you're making at any job right now in prison is about, around $1 an hour. Because like I told you, at Badger State Industries at Fox Lake Correctional, I told you, it was a white dude there. He was basically like a paper pusher there. You know what I mean? kept all the numbers and stuff like that, and like all the, you know, the stuff they got ordered and all that. Like he, you know, he would go around and like hand out the paperwork or the invoice sheet. You know, he's a paper pusher basically. But anyways, he was getting paid the most there, and he was only getting paid $1 an hour. Because dude showed us his check stub. Because in prison you get a monthly statement every month that shows, you know, like your work pay, like all your stuff. It's like a month. You know, it's like getting a like an invoice or whatever with all your transactions on it every month. That's basically what it is. And he would show us. Dude was making $1 an hour or whatever the hell it was. And that was the top pay in the whole joint. There was no one in the joint making more than that. And that ain't shit, $1 an hour. But yeah, there's people out here fighting fires and stuff like that, man. You can't be paying them peanuts like that. But yeah, we're gonna do a little more digging with that, and see how that turns out. But it looks like that was, you know, amended, and you know, they made that into law. So it sounds like people are getting at least $2.33, you know, for like certain type of jobs or whatever. All right, y'all, but we're gonna get back to this episode. Enjoy your Sunday, or enjoy, you know, whatever day it is that you're listening to this. We really appreciate it. All right, y'all. Peace.